And this time the school has started, yes.
That school has started, 2009.
Yeah, so school started 2009. And
yes.
in fact, look, now let's not jump the school. Yeah. So 2009 now, you start the school.
We start the school.
How many students?
Started on Gong Road. I started with one student. The one student. One student with 4 teachers. My one student was the only student I had, and I was sponsoring her.
You can't make this up. You had one student and it was you who sponsored her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. With 4 teachers.
With 4 teachers. Even the teachers used to tell me, Sally, I mean, these are facts. You only have one student. We're in one floor. And I mean, like, don't you think we're wasting your money also? Where are we going to get students from? I told them, let's don't ever talk about where we're getting students from. Me, my work is to pay you. Since you're here on part-time, let me pay you and let me deal with everything else. Let's not ever talk about students again. Yeah. So I just trusted the Lord, and slowly he started bringing students. He came, there were 5. I was so excited. You know, I had bought everything 10.
I guess.
Yeah.
So you had 1 and 9 spare.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
So then after that, the Minister of Education needed to come and see the school, approve us, give us our certification and everything. And the day they came, now, by this time we had moved the fashion house where I used to do production. We had moved now to Waliaked because we needed the 2 floors for the school. Remember where I am in Gong Road, the building is built like a house, like a home, not like a
office complex.
Complex, yeah. So we need to have the 2 floors. So I said we need to move the production house, and we moved to somewhere in Waliaked. So we filled the school, we got everything right, and then the people from the education came and was so excited to find a school that has everything functional. You know, we have industrial machines, we have domestic machines, we have computers. I mean, they were like, how? In Kenya? I told them, you haven't seen anything yet. And of course, we got everything tick, which was nice, you know, and we're very, very proud for a Kenyan to have done what it is we had done. So the school, so then in 2009, around...
sorry, it's the higher because of the mic.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Around...
In 2009.
Yeah, in 2009, around June, July, we went, now we're taking now my older son to Europe to school. And because he was going for the first time and he was really young, so I decided I'll stay in London with him. So I had a cousin, I had family that was staying in London at that time. So I decided I'll stay with him, you know, just see how he's going to cope with this whole new culture and that kind of thing.
Why were you taking him there so young?
Because the school he was in, the headmaster told us that my son needs to be in an environment that is very challenging for him. Yeah, Kenya is not challenging at all for him.
He was that sharp.
Let's put it this way. He was 13, but he had a mind of like a 35-year-old person. So everybody used to laugh at me and tell me, you gave birth to an adult.
What?
Yes. By the time, my son never played with cars, you know, these cars, people, you know, like a boy, a bicycle. He never did any of those. My son only used to read and watch animal cartoons. He knew every animal in the world, where they live, the habitats, what they eat, everything. He had a love for animals. He was totally different. And he used to say, Mommy, am I weird? I tell him, maybe a little, because you don't do things like the way your cousins do them. He was very, very different. Yeah. So we took him to teachers to take him to doctors. We took him to doctors. They told him he had this and that. And I'll be like, it's only one tuition teacher who came and told us, there's nothing wrong with your son. The only thing that nobody has discovered is that your son does not have a mind of a child. He has a mind of an adult.
In a child's body.
In a child's body. So if you're teaching him, don't teach him like a child. He will be bored. And that's why his mind used to travel to Amazon forests. Yeah, while he was supposed to have been in class. So he would go and discover all the animals in Amazon. Yeah, because he had all these books. I used to buy him. And I used to take him at the orphanage to clean the cages of the animals. So I helped him nurture that gift that he had in him. So that's what the headmaster just told us. You guys, if you want this boy to succeed, let him leave Kenya. That's why he went when he was young. So I had to be around him. So I stayed in London for almost 4 months. But in meantime...
And how did the school do for him?
Today?
Yeah, like at that time. So did he fit in, and was it like...
Oh, obviously the first term was difficult for him. The boys laughed at him. And because, remember, he still has that mind, that oldish mind. So he used to find his classmates so childish and all those sort of things they used to make. And he was like, I think there were only 2 black boys in the whole school of like 300 boys. And I told him, Raymond, it will be okay. It will be okay. Everything will be okay. Yeah? But he was challenged at the first term. The second term, he told me nobody's going to tell me anything. He learned how to use his mouth.
Adulthood kicked in.
Yeah, adulthood kicked in. And Raymond, he stayed there until he was in his A-levels. By the time he left, she was the housemaiden, or what do we call them, or dormitory.
Dormaster.
Not master, but she was a lady. She took care of all the emotional things of the boys. She told me, by the time your son leaves the school, he will indeed be a gentleman. And he became so. And now he's in California. Yeah. Doing everything that he had dreamt to do. Even in school when he was in London, he wanted to do drama. There was no drama. So they told him, you create the drama in the school. A drama, something to do with drama.
Yeah.
And he did it. And till today, they actually do drama now. What the teachers told me that he could not do, especially in English, they told me my son will not understand the thou, the what's this called, Romeo and Juliet, all these things, all this language, this English language. And that is what he's mastered in.
That's good.
Yeah, so I saw him develop, I saw him become a man of his own, and he's big in that industry of acting, and now he's doing production.
Nice.
Yeah. And he's a go-getter.
Let's come back. So you're there 4 months, now you come back home.
Yes. And remember, I told you in the beginning of this interview that I started a class that was hat making.
Yes. Yes. But
and
you couldn't finish.
I could not finish
yes.
it. And I told you a season would come. And I'd go back.
Yeah. This was the season.
The 2009, when I was in London, that's exactly what I did. I did a hat making course. For those 4 months, that's all I did.
Hat making, like
hat
kofia.
Kofia making. I know how to make hats.
That's funny.
So a season came.
Yeah.
So I was there.
That's you and me. I'm going to start talking. A season will come.
A season will come.
When it will be Uhuru here, I'm interviewing.
Yeah, you know. Exactly. Yeah. So then I came back with him, and the school was still running. By this time, I think we had about maybe 10 students or 11. And we continue. And then we had our first graduation in 2012. We were graduating a first class that had been with us for 3 years. And I tell you, it were like, I think it were about 10 of them or 15 of them. You know, I was so proud to graduate students. I've never known how to graduate students, you know, and even the work that they did and all that kind of thing. And from then on, we have been having a graduation every year.
And the numbers growing.
And the numbers grew. We couldn't fit in Gong Road. We tried everywhere. We tried doing it different ways. We could fit. And I said, you know, Sally, I know you're scared to go to a commercial building because of the rents. But I said, you know, like they say, if you have a vision, then the provision is there. So I moved into this place. This is my 4th year in this place.
4th year?
Yeah.
So you've been here literally since it opened almost?
Yeah. They were building when we were here. Anyway. Yeah.
Okay, let's touch back. We'll come and touch a few things about the school, but I want to because I love your story because it shows the experience, and your experience is what you're sort of giving back to the school. So even in terms of education and what you're teaching the school, which we'll talk about. But before that, I want to go back into now design. So do you keep making collections? Does that open up more doors? Do you showcase your collections elsewhere?
Okay, so we're talking about myself.
Yes.
As Sally Karago collection.
Yes.
So those shops.